your host,
South Coast Kane.
Well, oh my gosh. All right. I am South Coast Kane, in case you can't read. And this is the South Coast Kane Show, Virginia Tech post-game show. So I'm telling y'all right now, I'm just saying, I'm not mad, I'm not upset, but I'm telling y'all right now, when I say y'all, I refer to those who like to come on and put comments later that y'all are miserable, y'all are haters, y'all are this, you should be happy. I'm doing my typing fingers here. You should be happy Miami won. Why you got to be miserable? Yada, 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 yada. Just don't. Okay? Don't. All right, so let's see here. We got Cuban, Kane and Baton Rouge, Alpaca. What's up, gentlemen? All right, so like I said, I warned you. Don't do it. Okay, there she is, Miss Katie. All right, so with all the bitching and complaining and crying and really, Virginia Tech was 3-7. 3-7. Thank God Miami played at noon Eastern. 3-7. Yes. Malachi had that touchdown catch with about 20 seconds left. Okay. That was good. I'm glad. Look, I'm glad Miami won. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get it twisted, as the cool kids say. But with all the noise that's been going on about how Miami should be ranked ahead of Notre Dame, dude, look, I started off watching the regular ESPN broadcast here, and I got so sick and damn tired of hearing the announcers plead Miami's case. After about 3 times and 45 minutes later, I said, screw this. I went to the Skycast feed because I got tired of hearing it. Okay. And this, how? Please, I want somebody, please explain to me. And make sure you use big letters, because I can't really see. Use big letters. You don't have to use small words. Use big words. I can understand it. I want somebody to logically explain to me how this Mario Cristobal coached, led team should be in the college playoffs amongst the other top 10, top 11, top 12 teams. Please. I really would like to know, because it was it started off looking good. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I had no doubt that Miami was going to win this game. All right. They come out. You had the touchdown passes, and they're up 14-3 at halftime. I'm like, all right, cool. But I was concerned about Virginia Tech's rushing. All right. And look, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm not ignoring y'all in the quotes and in the comments. Trust me, I'm looking at it. But then, until 20 seconds left in the game, Miami had only scored 7 points against a 3-7 Virginia Tech team. Now, Virginia Tech ended up with all 194. That's 194 rushing yards. Now, they ended up with 200 yards passing. Looks like Drones went out after he got hurt on that play. Again, for all you true Miami fans, those who proclaim to be true Miami fans and ridicule those of us and call us haters, miserable, not real Canes fans. Okay, cool. Explain to me again, logically how this Mario Cristobal / Maribel led team is supposed to succeed in the playoffs when, like I said, you gave up 194 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. Oh, hit the wrong button. Miami only had 83 yards rushing. 83. Against a 3-7 Virginia Tech. And please, spare me the soliloquy. Well, it's a conference game. Care what kind of game it was. It was a 3-7 Virginia Tech. Matter of fact, let me break it down for you. So Miami scored 34 points against this 3-7 Virginia Tech team. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in that touchdown pass with 20 seconds left. Vanderbilt put 44 on this team, this Virginia Tech team. Old Dominion, that's right. Old Dominion put 45 on this Virginia Tech team. Georgia Tech, they put 35 points on this team. Cal and FSU, they both put 34, just like Miami did. But since Miami beat Notre Dame, disregard the fact that Miami crapped the bed against Louisville and SMU. That don't count. That don't count. Since Miami beat Notre Dame, they should be in the playoffs. But yet, Old Dominion, it's OLD, Dominion, okay, put 45 points on this Virginia Tech defense. And this Mario Cristobal / Maribel led Miami team only mustered 34 with that last touchdown coming 20 seconds left in the game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I look. The guys on the team played well, but I don't get it. And y'all know. Shout out to our friends over there at from the bottom of the map, Ike in Israel. Oh, Israel said it well yesterday. And we've all been saying it. So that's why I'm saying, for those of you who come by later, and thank you for stopping by and giving your opinion, but for those of you who want to watch this later and put in the comments that, you know, we're being miserable and this and that, don't do it, because I don't see it. Um, I don't see it. I just don't see it happening. And another thing, I was told that, Maribel is this wonderful, great offensive line coach, you know, and Mario is this great offensive minded coach. Hell, he played offensive line on the championship teams at Miami. But yet, this is year 4 for those two. Why can't Mirabal develop a center? You know? Oh my gosh. And newsflash to Mario, Mirabel, and Dawson. Teams are hip to the screen / bubble pass to the wide receiver. They're hip to it. They're on to you, buddy. Like Coach Yost said to Coach Boone, you got to show them something they ain't seen yet. You know? Oh, it again. Look, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Look, I'm glad Miami won. Okay, it's just the fact that all those, which is a lot, that want to complain about the rankings and how Miami is unfairly treated and how, oh yeah, my favorite one is the refs. Okay, yeah, the refs suck in the ACC. We've been knowing that. But come on, man. You're going to let a 3-7 team do what they did today? I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. But this is basically, I don't want to say I'm putting both fingers in the air to all those who have bitched and complained about Miami being ranked behind Notre Dame. What's that, Jesus McNeil? I got to hang on. Okay. I may need some clarification on this one. 35 donut on Syracuse. Okay, I'm going to go. There you go. There you go, Cuban. I'm not picking on Mr. McNeil, but okay, so Miami 35 on Syracuse. Whoop de friggin' do. It's Syracuse. I mean, I'm not jumping your ass or anything. I'm just saying, it's Syracuse, buddy. All right. So we have, hang on. Yes, I got to remove that. Oh, and by the way, y'all remember this Gabos? Y'all remember Gabos? What that stands for? For those who don't, games ain't based on sympathy. Kind of seems like what a lot of people are doing. All right, so I have changed things around. I'm sorry. I just so welcoming to the stage, we got Canes No Sight. Oh, exactly, McNeil. Exactly. We got to put the points on the board. And what I mean is, and to me, it's not so much how much you score, but how you score and succeed. Okay. There's no way that this Miami team should have allowed what happened today on the field, not just with the score, but with the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, all right. So we got the sick alpaca and Canes No Sight. What's up, fellas?
What's up, South Coast?
What's up, South?
You heard it. I had to do my little bitching and complaining, but
Yeah, you guys. I'm sorry, man. You guys complain too much. It's getting really like sick and tiring. Like we're about to be 10-2, guys, and you guys just complain. Like every time I click on the show, you guys whining and complaining. The other guy, the sick alpaca guy, said a couple weeks ago that we are going to make the playoffs.
I
We
was
ain't
Like
making no damn playoffs,
I
bud.
was going to get to that. But go ahead.
but you guys just bitch and complain. I mean, we beat them 34, whatever. Like, come on, guys. All right.
No, I want us to make the playoffs. That way we can get our ass stomped in the playoffs. Because I
No,
just
that's the opposite. We play good against good teams. We play like Mario against sorry teams. People have to understand that Mario plays
You,
good against good teams.
you know,
That's not he has that flaw, but I know South Coast get ready for the end of the season, right? From these other shows, they're gonna say, "Oh, we went 10-2. The program's moving in the right direction." Blah 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 blah. Right? Like that's why kind of hate the records at the end of the day because it really does not resemble what you really did,
but wait a
right?
minute. Hold up. Let me interject. I was told you are what your record says you are. Isn't that
Yeah,
what we were told? Isn't that what we were told?
hey, we beat Notre Dame, buddy.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I mean, this
Ah,
is my thing. There's two things I know. First, you play like your coach. Your
yep,
coach is conservative. You're gonna play like your coach.
yep.
Number two, I don't know if you guys spotted this. You could tell when Dawson was coaching. You could tell when Mirabal and Mario came in. Right at the end of not at the end of the half, but the drive, the last drive at the end of the half. They panned to Mario and Mario pulled out that playbook, and I said, "Oh shit." When Mario pulled out the playbook, I was like, "I know what time it is." Right after that, we went conservative. You can tell when Dawson is coaching. He does like he's a creative coach. He does a lot of things here and there. He doesn't force Fletcher on us. He
Right.
puts Pringle in there, wheel route, so on and so forth. Guys pulling, but you can tell when Mario kicks in, right?
Yep.
And I'm sorry, man. I know we were going to go 10-2 this year, and like Alpaca say, make the playoffs. But I don't want this coach here anymore. I really don't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is
Oh
not Saints football.
no.
And, we have the best receiver, best freshman receiver in the nation, or yeah, we have the best freshman receiver in the nation. Should make all ACC, should be all American, but you go from an explosive offense to Mario Ball. I'm so
Yep.
I hope the CO does not beat my ass. I don't want LSU to take Lane Kiffin. LSU, if you're listening to me, take Mario Cristobal. He is a
I have,
great coach. He'll bring your program back. He'll be a 10 win, win 10 games every year. He is an amazing coach, and he knows that he's an
look,
elite recruiter.
I have a story on that. But first, McNeil. Okay, I see what you're talking about now. Notre Dame is up 35-0, and they're at the Syracuse one in the first. I get what you're saying. I just didn't understand how you were doing it in
Oh,
the chat. So
well, yeah. One
now,
more thing. One more thing. And you guys have to stop. Virginia Tech has the same amount of talent as Miami does. Okay, you guys need to stop this. All right.
now talking real quick, and I'm gonna get to you, sick alpaca. It's funny you said that about Kiffin, Lane, and LSU and stuff, Cuban, because earlier, the big talk was about Kiffin's going to announce after the Egg Bowl what he's going to do. And the CEO was like, did I think that he was going to go to LSU, yada, yada, yada. I said, hold up. I doubt it. I said, but she's supposed to be going to the LSU Western Kentucky game tonight with her friends. They invited me to go, but I have to work in the morning. But I told her, look, you need to make a t-shirt. This is me talking to the CEO. I said, you need to make a t-shirt, front and back, and have on there, we'll let you, Mario is willing and able to come to LSU. She didn't go for that. But yeah, I said, look, we'll give you Mario, Mirabelle, and Dawson. We'll let you have them, but nah. But yeah, I thought that was funny. But anyway, back to Miami's problems, because honestly, guys and girls, I really don't care about what Lane does. I really don't. I mean, this Miami team is doing exactly what we've seen forever. So, Alpaca, tell us what you think.
I don't give a fuck about the refs. I don't give a fuck about all this and that. Mario is clearly the problem. He is never going to get us to the playoffs. We're not making the playoffs. We're losing a Pitt next week. If we play even a bit like we played today, we're losing a Pitt next week. So we're not going to the playoffs. We never were going to the playoffs.
And here's the thing. I can see it right now. Pitt is... I could see Pitt beating Georgia Tech, and their ACC championship game appearance hinges on beating Miami next week.
But SMU's going right now, right? Is SMU going in?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter, because between Georgia Tech, because Virginia is off this week, they play Virginia Tech next week. SMU has got the tiebreaker on Miami, so it really didn't matter what they did today. Okay. And of course, you got Georgia Tech and Pitt with.
Nope.
About damn time we shut his ass up. Good. Now we can take over this damn show. See what happens when you talk about Mario? That's what happens. You get kicked offline.
They got him.
They got him.
The CCC has found me, but you know what happened? I said, screw you. I'm here. I'm like, I was about to get... You see, I'm telling y'all laugh about the Matrix. Y'all laugh about the CCC. I'm telling you, they own to us, but I really don't care. But what I'm getting at is, Miami's not even sniffing the ACC championship, because best case scenario, they finish third, because SMU's got the tiebreaker, and then you got Virginia. They play Virginia Tech. I mean, come on, really? And then you got Georgia Tech and Pitt. So, I mean, it is what it is.
You know, it's funny, South Coast, both of those coaches started the same time as Mario did. One might make it to the ACC championship 2 times.
Yep.
And one guy took over a horrible Virginia program.
Yep.
But, what is it? Talent, blah, 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 blah. Like, shut that shit up with this Mario excuse. I'm sorry. I know we're going to go 10-2, and everybody's going to say, oh, when was the last time we won 10-2? We're doing great
Mario.
progress.
The players got to play. They got to execute, and the refs always fuck us. You can't blame Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always something. It's like...
One second before you keep going, I got to make an apology to somebody.
Uh-oh.
Katie Allman. I'm sorry, Katie, because you don't get your respect and nobody gives you a shout out. Katie, you've been right since the beginning of the season, Miss Katie Allman. So I want to apologize to Katie Allman, because you're not going to get it from anybody else. So apologies, Katie.
I did say the other day on a Patio Perspective that, I can't say she needs to walk with her chest poked out, because that would get me sent to the HR department. But Katie got her prize bull walk going on because you know she's been right. She has been right.
And the next person that tells me Mario is like Jim Harbaugh, I'm gonna slap you in the
Oh
fucking face.
my god! Oh
Who
my
the hell
god!
says that?
Oh, you should hear it. People say that a lot. You
It's
That's
know
wild.
that,
I never
that
seen Jim Harbaugh lose to Middle Tennessee State.
wow.
yeah. It
Well,
just
and here's what I like about our little merry band of individuals on this channel is we don't get it right 100% of the time, but we're going to tell you what we think based on what we think and what we see. And, again, big thanks and big appreciation, tip of the cap, salute, whatever, to Israel and Ike over there from the bottom of the map. They're always talking good about us. And again,
sorry to interrupt again, Mr. South Coast CEO, whatever your name is. So just an announcement to all you people that listen to the CCC, the Canes Insight, the Canes Sports, the Canevilles, so on and so forth. These guys were telling you that Ray, JoJo, Lau were the greatest things in sliced bread. They can't even get playing time. Like
Green Tree All Americans.
Green Tree All Americans.
yep.
Please, people, for the dear God, stop listening to these people. They don't
Yep.
know football because obviously that is the opposite. You see Pringle out there balling, you see Tony out there balling, you see Joshua, so on and so forth. Like, stop listening to these people. They're giving you they're buying Mercedes and Cadillacs and Benzes off your money. Give it to South Coast. Give it to Alpaca because he's sick, right? Stop giving money
Right.
to these people. Stop listening to these people. They keep
Well,
telling you
and,
bullshit.
and you know what's crazy? Uh I don't know if y'all watched the latest Coach Hayes the other night, but I think Coach Hayes is actually starting to see the light a little bit. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. And again, we're not special. We don't have. I don't have an insiders club, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But uh, you
Sir,
know,
we seen your pictures on Twitter. You and you celebrating, so we know the impact.
but I mean, my gosh, man, all you got to do is have two eyes and two brain cells to see that, again, I hate to repeat myself for like the 50th time, but these folks on the social medias, be it X or YouTubes or whatever, they're going to tell you all this because they're working in conjunction with the university in order to fill seats and keep fans impressed and happy and let them keep coming. And when you have folks like us that hang out in joints like this, Brinson, yes, what he was catching tips. Oh wow, goodness, Katie. But see,
Sorry to
here's
interrupt again, South Coast.
yeah,
Just for you people that
you're not sorry. Just interrupt.
you people that listen to the CCC. We have two more games left. The Pitt game and most likely the Pop Tarts Bowl game, right?
Oh gosh.
So
Dude, we're gonna get
what I'm
toasted
gonna
in that
tell
Pop-Tarts
everybody
Bowl.
again, the real Miami team is a team that's gonna play in the Pop Tarts Bowl because Bain is not gonna play,
Nope.
Maringo is not gonna play, and
Nope.
Beck is not gonna play.
Nope.
Let's see how this team looks like, right?
Yep.
Let's see how this team really looks like, and that's gonna tell you what the team really is, right? We're probably gonna
Right.
get paid $5 million for a portal quarterback. We know that, right? And
Yeah.
again, we're it's like we went to the doctor says, "Hey man, you have this injury, right? That you need to heal, but you keep running on it. We need to heal sometime. Like,
Yep.
we're not healing no time soon."
Right.
But you know, we went 10-2, 10-2, 10-2.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And you know, just give you my 2 cents before I let Alpaca talk. I know he's sick, but yeah, even if after today, after this game against Virginia Tech, I really do not see Miami moving up any more than where they are. Oh, you're right, Katie. Nah,
Alex
Dono,
Dono is the worst.
Dono.
He
Oh
is
my
the
gosh,
worst.
it's
He
like
is.
Go ahead,
Oh,
please,
he's
Alpaca,
deep
do it.
throating Miami hard, dog. He deep throats whatever Mario will give him.
And again, he's part of that locked on. They got anything, they got locked on everything. And like I said the other day, they got, you could put like locked on hatchet throwing, locked on tractor pulls, locked on plinko. There's locked on for everything. It's a corporate nationwide thing. They have locked on for everything except the truth.
Unfortunately, the only good one, and I hate saying this, the only good one that I heard is the Florida State guy, because he's fair and balanced. He talks shit about Florida State all the time, but the rest they're just pumps,
I, I,
pump
I,
shots, pumpers.
hold up. First off, what's up, QB? A voice of reason in the chat. Nah, I'm just joking. Okay, so why are you watching Florida State stuff, dude?
Because when
Yeah.
they lose, I like laughing at them.
But why are you watching Florida State stuff?
Because I have a lot of friends that go to Florida State. And me and Rent Free used to go to school across the street from Florida State. So we know a lot of Florida State people.
Okay, all
So
right.
I watch LSU stuff too, the Lane Kiffin stuff. So I watch, I'm a college football fan.
I'm giving you a
Uh,
hard time. I'm just messing with you, Cuban.
I'm not just a Cane. I'm a Canes. I love the Canes, but I also watch other teams too.
I know. I know.
But yeah,
I
man, like I'm sorry, I gotta ask both of you, is this Canes football?
Hell no. Kane's football is like running the score up and like taking our dick out on the field and just slapping it while we do it. That's Kane's football. We're never going back to Kane's football. That's a bygone era that'll never happen again. Not with this coaching staff.
God, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's like this team makes me fall asleep sometimes. I'm like, this shit is boring.
And it's fun. It's funny you said that, Cuban, because you know, watching that game, and I know it was early, but I'm just sitting here watching it, and I'm like, there's just, I don't want to say the thrill is gone, but I'm like, eh, eh, you know what I mean? And then it
Oh
started.
shit, Shad's on the sound.
Shad, I know Shad. Shad's an inside. He's
He's
one of
another
those.
one. He's
He
he's one of the main ones that said that Lyle was going to be greater than Willis
look,
McGahee, right?
look.
So hold on, South Coast, you hold on there, okay? Because I got bones to pick with these Canes insider like Shad, right? Shad in the offseason. Lyle is the greatest running back that Miami has ever had. He should be a freshman All American. He should have been Heisman Trophy contender, right? So Shad, I want my money back because you told me that I took a loan out, I took a mortgage out, I took South Coast and Alpaca's mortgage, and I put all my money that Lau was going to be the Heisman Trophy winner this year. And you have Shad out here lying to me. Because Shad gets his insight from Rocky. That's why.
Do you guys remember when Miami used to get penalties like that were actually aggressive? We would be hitting them too hard, or
Oh,
we would be in their face like
okay.
talking shit while we're
Hold,
beating
hold,
their ass.
hang on,
Those are the
Alpaca.
penalties I miss.
Don't change the subject yet. Don't change the subject yet. I was going to say before Cuban had his little dialogue about Shad. I was going to tell y'all, and I wasn't supposed to say this, but Shad is a Patreon patriot thingy when it comes to Locked On Tractor Pools. He subscribes and pays the money for that subscription. But anyway, what's up, Shad? I hope everything's going
So
well.
this is
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. Shad, I hope everything's going well. I hope the wife and the young one is doing good. I hope your studies are coming along. Hopefully, you understand how to put a light bulb in and how to wire up an outlet and what happens if you cross your wires. But anyway, glad to have you, Shad. Hope you're doing well. Now, go ahead.
I disagree. I just want those two people not Shad to do well. But that's here nor there. So Miami has a huge marketing problem.
Yeah.
I promise you this. If Miami had that stupid ass turnover chain, we would not be ranked number 13th or 15th, whatever it is, right? Because unfortunately, because when people do not understand, college football is a TV show,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And nobody wants to watch this boring ass football that has zero marketing. The only time we get to see them is on Saturdays.
Right.
This program needs. I'm sorry, I know Mario's this hardcore military guy, but this ain't Miami football. Like Alpaca said, man. Like we
No,
score touchdowns, do
no.
backflips, talk shit. We don't see this program has zero like charisma, zero personality. It's just
Right.
bland.
Right.
It's
Now,
boring.
and
It's like Shad's debates, boring
oh,
with just bland and that doesn't have any spice to it. I'm sorry, did I say something there?
no. Hey, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to do right when it becomes you between you and Shad. But
I
anyway,
got to get my shots in because when he comes in, he's gonna roast me.
I know. But I don't even know what I was gonna say. I had a
You're,
thought.
you're gonna say Shad? Yeah, you agree that Shad's debating skills are bland and with no sauce.
No, it wasn't
No,
that.
what I was saying about the marketing and the exposure that we
Right,
have. There's
right.
just no exposure. There's no flair. There's no
Oh,
excitement about
I
this
know what I
program.
was going to talk about. So this is what's really concerning me is you take a Virginia Tech, okay, and that little what was his number 29, I believe it was. Let me double check myself because I don't want to be lying about anything. Oh, 27, Marcellus Hawkins. I hope I didn't mispronounce that, but he was a good little running back. But then you had 0, Aiden Green. Okay, so here's my thing. When Virginia Tech's running backs are just running rampant, okay, you have defensive backs that are still trying to knock people over instead of tackling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when you have an incompleted pass to a Virginia Tech receiver, and the Miami defender gets up and starts doing all this, whatever. I mean, come on, man. You got to be able to, there was a time in conjunction to what you're saying, Cuban. There was a time in Miami football history, believe it or not, kids. I'm not some crazy old dude, reminiscing, but there was a time when Miami defensive backs not only could they pass protect, okay, but they could tackle, and I see, and this game, I saw it. I didn't write it down, but I saw it where the running back would get into the secondary and just, it's like we're seeing the same thing all over again. Oh,
We also have no linebackers. Last time we had linebackers was with
dude,
Mark Rick.
don't get me started on the fact that, oh, what's his name? The quarterback for Virginia Tech.
Drones.
Drones. Yeah, Drones. I mean, he would hit Basaint and knock him back. Where's you
I was
remember?
told I was told by CCC, Shad, and them that we're no longer going to recruit linebackers that are small and blah blah blah, and now we're going to have big real linebackers. Like,
I
come
mean,
on, man.
even Dan Morgan, little monkey boy, as we used to call him back in the day, wasn't no quarterback running him, making him go backwards. But it's like And I know Drones isn't a small dude. I know he's a pretty healthy young man. But come on, bro. You playing linebacker at Miami. Why you let or linebacker period? Why are you letting a quarterback knock you backwards?
And that number one on defense, boy, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing out there. I'm sorry.
Man. Oh,
I'm sorry. I just don't see the talent on this team. I know there's, you have Tony and Pringle. Outside of that, I really do not see like this team has a lot of talent. I just don't see it.
I think there is a potential there. I think there is an untapped resource, but unfortunately, and again, let me also go with how many seasons has this secondary been a liability? Honestly, there's been times when they look confused. There's been times when they can't tackle. And I mean, now don't get me wrong. This year has been a little better, but that's because of NIL. Oh yeah, Jacoby's talented. Look, I'm just saying it has nothing to do with the talent of the young men. Okay, don't get me wrong. But what kind of, I hate to use the D word, but I'm going to use it, development is going on? It's like,
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was gonna say, oh, whoa, whoa, let's slow down there. When
okay,
you said the D word, I was like, oh, whoa.
look, I accept everybody for who they are and what they want. But wow. No, I'm just joking. Oh, but it's just it. Look, here's the thing. And this is just my opinion. My views don't reflect those of everybody else, but it's just mine. There is, in my opinion, there is you have very talented young men that can be molded into greatness. I'm just saying that. There's always been that. And it's just like the coaching staff just don't want to develop anybody. Again, I know we've talked about this before, but the NIL and the transfer portal allows lazy coaches, that's why I said lazy coaches, to succeed. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say, I really don't care. I'm going to say it. Mario is a lazy coach because, you at the time Mario's been here, man, and you look at the recruiting classes he brings in, because, hey, I was told he's a master recruiter. He knows how to bring talent in. But what they're not whoa. Oh, no, I don't know what happened to my comment section. It isn't. Anyway, what's up, 5 rings? Anyway, but nothing's being developed. You bring all these young high school recruits in, okay, because he is a master recruiter, but yet 4 or 5 out of 10 are leaving. And you have to bring in 20, 30 portal players. You see where I'm getting at? And that's what pisses me the hell off, because there was a time, and you two gentlemen can probably attest to this, that Miami didn't, they didn't rebuild, they reloaded.
Yeah, we had people behind them that was ready to go constantly. Another thing, what happened to playing pissed off, dog? When the referees fuck us, when something happens, why do we cower now? We never used to do that. We used to play with anger. I'm seeing Bane and Mesidor getting held all game. You know what? You get so pissed that you push the lineman on his ass and you go after the quarterback and you make the quarterback feel it. What happened to those days? I'm sorry, but like Bane's supposed to be really good. Mesidor's the better defensive end. He is.
Well, Bane took the year off once he found out. Just think about it. South Coast pointed out last week. When do you have juniors walking out on senior day, right? And Bane and Marigoa walked out, and it's like those guys are pretty much, just called it in, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
I can tell you exactly what it is, and Miss Katie, CEO, any other ladies in the building, close your ears. Okay, close your ears. It's the pussification of Miami football is what's going on.
Yep.
Straight up. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but Miami football is getting soft. That's right, I said it. Soft. I was trying to do my,
With a capital T?
Yeah, life imitation in the bar with, whatever, Eddie and whatever. But yeah, it's gotten soft. It has. It's
Your fan base is soft too. They some bitches.
Well, that's because
they listen to Shad and Rocky.
Let me bring it down. What happens is, and I've talked about this, I've said this, discernment. You sit there and you let this little piece of whatever dictate how you're going to think. It's like I'm an inside the U insider. I'm a Canes Insight insider.
What does that even mean?
I am part of the Patreon. I am part of this group, so therefore all hail me. And here's the thing. Everybody wants their opinion heard. Everybody just wants to be somebody. Everybody just wants to be loved. And for again, if that's what you want to do, do it. I'm just saying, and I speak from experience, you don't have to be a part of what you think is important to be important. Does that make any sense? In other words, you don't have to go on these other shows, okay, be it Miami, Notre Dame, Middle Tennessee, whatever. You don't have to go on there and have to be part of whatever club they're doing just to feel like you're heard or you're a fan. Because look, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to say it because I really don't care. All they worried about is how much am I making off of this video? You know what I'm saying? How much can I get out of y'all? How much money can I get out your wallet? But what I'm getting
you're talking about Donna right now.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not mentioning names. Oh shit.
Engagement farming is all these people care about.
Exactly. And unfortunately, people don't want to think for themselves. Nobody wants to watch the game, and when they watch the game, they don't watch the game. Does that make sense? You got people that take part in these, no disrespect to anybody, no disrespect, but you sit there and you have these, because I've thought about having like a watch party, or we watch a game, we all talk about it and say, well, that's bullshit. What the hell's that stupid ass shit? Excuse my language. But I don't know. I just, people are weak-minded. People fall for whatever is the trend. In other words, if you notice, again, you had all these shows that are close to the university because they're syndicated by the university, tell you all this stuff that, well, Miami beat Notre Dame, they should be ranked ahead of them. When in fact, they can say that, people believe it, and since they're a nationally syndicated show and backed by the CCC is what I'm talking about, They feel like if they get in good with the CCC, then they are somebody, and it justifies their and validates them as Canes fans.
This is not a
Okay.
popular opinion. Notre Dame right now is a better football team than Miami.
Oh,
And it's
hell
not
yeah.
close. And it's
Now-
not even close.
Oh, no. If they was to line up right now, Mario shit the bed. They would. I hate to say it, God. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I gotta call it like I see it. And you know, it just amazes me. I know we're going off the rails, we're going in circles, but it amazes me the pussification of Miami Hurricanes football. And how these true fans, because we're not true fans, we're haters, we're whatever, we're miserable. How these true fans are okay with it. And what's going to happen? What is going to happen when next Tuesday, when the playoff rankings come out and Miami is 13 or 14 or 15, what's going to happen? Oh, they're going to make excuses. They're going to say it's everything except for the fact that Miami should have beaten Louisville and SMU.
Oh no, I got called unrealistic because I thought we should beat LSU and Louisville in a soft ass ACC conference. My bad. I'm unrealistic.
I've been calling the ACC a weak ass conference since 2004.
It's a cupcake conference.
It is. It is. But unfortunately, a lot of folks, they don't want to admit that because they don't want to accept the fact that for the last 20, I know, Katie, that's why I'm saying it. That's thanks to Cuban for bringing the idea. The Rise of the Fall series. That's why I did that, to show people why and how Miami football has gotten to the state that it is in today. From 04 to now. Because 04 is when they left the Big East, which they should have stayed in there, be honest with you. But when they left the Big East and went to the ACC, okay.
We can't even call it the ACC anymore. We got Cal in there.
Yes, but I mean, just for what I'm saying, it's crazy. And I've said this many times before. Miami thinks that Miami should be successful because they are Miami. We're going to out-talent you. We're going to beat you because we're Miami. We don't need to worry about anything because we're Miami. We're going to out-Miami you. And guess what? It ain't happening. And I'm not giving up on this program. I never will. But I will give you my thoughts and theories, even though I'm not a season ticket holder. I'm not one who attends every football game, but I've been supporting this. I've been supporting this program in one fashion or another for a long time. And what I see, oh my God, I have to show this. Oh my God, only Kane in Baton Rouge. Mario sucks more than a $2. Oh my God. Okay, we're getting off the rails, but that was good. That was good. But here's the thing. Folks like us, okay, folks like us, those of us who hang around in places like this, we see the big picture, because I can tell you right now as we speak, the CCC, they're having their teams meeting, their Zoom call talking about, all right, look, Miami come out, took care of business. They won 34-17. They covered the spread. Let's hype them up for this big Pittsburgh game. We got to hype them up. And unfortunately, they'll send that message out to the local media outlets via YouTube, X, or whatever. And that's what's going to happen. And people like us, it's like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right, you know. And look, I really hope Miami beats Pittsburgh. I do. I just don't. They're going to have to take care of business, and unfortunately, so far through 11 games, it's been so inconsistent. And as y'all know, when it comes down to, when Miami has the opportunity, they blow it. And we know, thanks to Miss Katie, when it comes to Mario, he gonna blow it. Mario is gonna take control. And when Miami goes to Pittsburgh next week, it's gonna be what we saw the first month of the season. It's gonna be Mario Mirabel ball. That's what it's gonna be. But I don't know. Y'all got anything?
Mario Cristobal's a terrorist.
But I will say this. After the Pittsburgh game, win, lose, or draw, there needs to be a roundtable discussion between us and other folks that are out there on the YouTubes and stuff, i.e. from the bottom. We need to have a roundtable discussion and just tell everybody how the cow eats the corn. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but it's gotten to the point. What the hell did I do? Where, folks like us on channels like this, channels like, from the bottom of the map, where, we just have to say, look, here's how it is. And of course, the true Miami fans will say, well, if you were in charge, what would you do? Okay, let me start. How much time?
I petitioned Trump to get us $60 million to fire Mario Cristobal. That's what the fuck I do. He got Kai Trump playing there at golf now. Why don't we get Trump to come and give us the $60 million to get rid of him?
Oh, speaking of $60 million, I found out today through the CEO that these fine folks, and no disrespect to the fine folks at LSU, but LSU is trying to say that they fired Kelly on morality issues, which is in his contract. And I'm hearing that LSU is trying to find a female or male, because in this day and age you can't desegregate. You have to or discriminate. You have to be fair. They're trying to find a woman to come out and say that she had a secret affair with Kelly in order to make that thing stick. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but yeah, that's what's going on down here in Baton Rouge area.
Oh, we could do that with Mario, dude.
I know, because you got some of those Latino hotties, you could come up with something. But anyway, I thought that was funny. But I hate to say this, but I Mario's not going anywhere, y'all. Y'all might as well get used to this. It is going to be what it's going to be until somebody says. And of course, I've been told that if if I want Mario out of here, then write the check to get him out of here. What kind of crazy, dumbass crap logic is that? You see what I'm getting at? But you still have, and look, I respect everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's thoughts and whatever, but you have folks out there that think Mario's doing a fine job because last year Miami won 10 games and we could possibly win 10 games this year. You know what I'm saying? But it's if that's what they want to believe, that's what they want to believe. But I'm telling you right now, this season has been a failure. It has. And even if Miami does, just let me just be hypothetical. If Miami does make it to the playoffs, they are going to get curb stomped in the first game. But knowing the Miami way of doing things, they'll probably end up going all the way through and winning a national championship. I don't know. But what we got here? You say Todd Graves could buy $100 million coach every 2 years if he truly was a fan. I know he had this money. Mario would have been gone after that. Oh, Todd Graves. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but I know I've been rambling and just been talking, but you know, with this Virginia Tech game, even though Miami won on the scoreboard, I really don't feel like Miami won the game. I really don't, because it was, 27-17.
We played not to lose.
Exactly. And I thought for sure, I know they threw that pass to Malachi with 20 seconds left, but I thought for sure it was a 4th down and 1 or 2. I thought for sure that Mario was going to run the ball and then kneel it and take the 10-point victory and get out of there. I really did. But they threw it, made the touchdown, made the score look a little better on paper than it was. But, when you give up almost 200 yards rushing to a 3-7 Virginia Tech.
Why is Basaint on the hands team for the onside kick? Why was he there?
I don't know. And again, when is Miami not going to have a penalty on a return, be it punt or kickoff? I mean, when is that going to happen? Every time, Miami has a kick return or sometimes a punt return, there's always a flag for holding, blocking the back, etc., etc. Oh, yeah, Katie. And again, no disrespect to Coach Coop. I'm not here to do that. No. But yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not getting into the would have, could have, should have, but if this game was played at night, Miami would have lost it. Straight up. I really think Miami would have lost if this game was played at night. I think Miami's saving grace was that it was the early game. And all those.
Oh, don't worry. Pittsburgh will be at 7:30.
Oh, yes. Oh, it will. Look, bruh, I would not be surprised, Alpaca, if it's not prime time ABC for the whole world.
And there used to be a time where Miami would get up for that game.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We didn't lose these games.
No. Miami was the one who come in there and took your girl from the prom and made you suffer. We went in guns a-blazing. I don't know if I can say that, But
How does Notre Dame put up 49 points on Syracuse in the first half? We can't do shit. And everybody
that
wants to be like, Notre Dame shouldn't be ahead of us because we beat them. We're not putting up 49 points against Syracuse in the first half.
shit, we barely put 40. I couldn't tell you the last time Miami put up 49 points. Maybe Bethune, I don't know. But yeah, and again, Katie, you gotta. How can I say this? You have to understand the environment in which you see that, because, and this is not a knock. I am not ridiculing. I'm not insulting. I'm not putting down on Coach Coop. No, I'm not doing it. But you have to understand the clientele that is drawn into a channel like that. And what I mean is a lot of those, screw it, not so serious Canes fans gravitate to stuff like that, and it's not Coop's fault. Coop's doing what he does best. He is the entertainer.
Oh, I believe they're serious. I just think they're low IQ.
Yeah, exactly. And it is what it is. Hey, Rue, what's up, dude? He says that we're falling for the narrative. Now y'all believe that Notre Dame victory was a fluke and they're now better than us.
They are better than us. They are.
Okay. Let me, how can I explain this? Okay. No narrative. I'm not saying Notre Dame victory was a fluke. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, based on what I've heard, I said this in the last patio perspective, but okay. So Notre Dame lost their first two games. They lost to a number 10 Miami, and then they lost by 3 points. Then they lost to a number 16 Texas A&M by 1 point, and I believe it was overtime. Don't quote me on it. I don't have my notes with me, but so that's Notre Dame's two losses. Yes, they started 0-2. They played number 10, number 16. Okay. Now, Miami loses to a 5-1 Louisville at home when Miami was a double-digit favorite. And then Miami loses to a SMU had 2 losses, 1 loss. Regardless of the fact, you have to understand, hey, Rue, with all due respect, sir, that the team, like, okay, so you talk about Bama losing to Florida State. The October 30th.
That actually plays into our point. Right now, if Bama and FSU play each other, and Bama's going to dump on FSU, that actually plays completely into a point. That's why it's low IQ. That is literally the reason right there.
Teams in late August, early September are not the same teams that they are today, good or bad. And the thing is with Notre Dame, okay, yes, Notre Dame lost to number 10 Miami and number 16 Texas A&M. Okay, yes, Miami beat Notre Dame, but that was August 31st. Now, Miami goes through the season undefeated until they play Louisville. They lose to Louisville. Okay, shit happens. Miami's going to lose a game. But then Miami turns around and then loses to SMU. 2 unranked teams. Okay. And here's my thing. Miami was up to number 2 with, illusions of grandeur to be number 1. Okay. But for some reason, the coaching staff got a little complacent, didn't have that killer mentality. Okay. And Miami blew it against Louisville and SMU, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? And again, it is what it is. And it's not just Notre Dame. You know, it's like for some reason, a lot of Miami fans are blaming their demise in the college playoff rankings on Notre Dame, when in fact, nobody wants to address the issue that Miami didn't take care of their business.
In a basketball conference. We're not even in a football conference, guys. We're in a basketball conference.
Right.
And we're struggling in football. That's ridiculous.
You know, and with Notre Dame, yes, Notre Dame went 0-2, but they fought their way. They won, came back up. They won. Other teams lost. That's just the way of life when it comes to the rankings. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, regardless of whatever other teams did, Miami did not take care of their business. Plain and simple. It's just like last year. Miami lost to Georgia Tech.
Katie's right on that. Like,
yes, you know. And again, no disrespect to you, Heru. I'm just giving you my thoughts. Like, you know, you're doing a fine job of giving your thoughts. And oh my goodness.
what?
He's
Man, he tripping.
Hey, look, everybody's opinion is welcome here. And I'm not
That's
saying anybody's right, anybody's wrong, but the facts are, yes, Miami beat Notre Dame the first game of the season.
South Coast, I got to step out, so I'll be listening, but I gotta step out. So
All right,
good
dude.
catching up with you now, Packer. And
Always.
you know,
Yeah. See ya.
Always a pleasure.
Gold Kings return to.
All right, dude. Oh, but to just give the facts, not getting into to whatever. Oh, again, Miami beat Notre Dame. Yes, we know that. Okay, yeah, and then the next week, Notre Dame lost to. We know what happened, but the fact of the matter is, regardless of whatever variable you want to throw into the equation, and you're welcome to throw whatever into the gumbo, but at the end of the day, okay, Miami should have beat Louisville and they should have beat SMU, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Miami did not take care of business, just like last year against Georgia Tech and Syracuse, unranked teams. Okay, and then again, 2017, same thing, and, yes, referees are going to make a mistake. I'm not condoning any.
Don't put it in the ref's hands. The famous Jimmy
exactly.
Johnson. The famous Jimmy Johnson. Don't put it in the ref's hands.
And Heru, you're exactly right. It's basically with Miami. Let's be honest, Heru, with Miami playing in the ACC. Okay, here's what Heru says: that Miami must go. Okay, we must go undefeated, or we don't deserve a spot. No, here's the thing: with Miami's schedule, they're going to play some teams in the first part of the season. Okay. And then you play the ACC schedule. What? Come on, man. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's the ACC. It's not the Big Ten. It's not the SEC. It's not the Big 12 or whatever the heck it is. Okay, and it okay. Regardless of whatever conference we're in, Miami has got to stop losing to teams that they have no business losing to. Plain and simple. And, when it comes to Louisville and Syracuse, yes, there were some very dumb calls made by the referee, but
But also threw
Miami,
4 interceptions.
yes, those 4 interceptions wasn't caused by the referees. Again, yes, there were crazy calls made, but Miami did not come out and execute and play like they should have. That they are able to do. Plain and simple. And again, that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to make Heru Studio One. I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm just giving you my side. And again, you are welcome to your opinion. But I look. As far as Notre Dame deserving the spot before Miami, I'm just saying, if Miami didn't take, what has Miami done to help themselves out? They lost to Louisville, they lost to SMU. So we're just supposed to forget about that and concentrate on Miami beating Notre Dame? Let's forget how crappy the coaching staff prepared the team for Louisville and SMU. Yes, I understand they beat Notre Dame. That was August 31st. And when it comes to college football, things change every week. It's like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Alabama lost to Florida State, but back in August, nobody knew that Florida State was going to be what they are today. So it's always a week-to-week thing. That's just my opinion. If you feel that way, that's fine. That's fine. I respect it. I'm just saying, regardless of the Notre Dame outcome, all Miami had to do was beat Louisville and beat SMU, and they basically they did. They just didn't execute offensively. That's all I'm saying.
We haven't beat anybody besides Notre Dame.
That's
We
really about
barely beat that, and if it's played today, we lose.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it at all. It's just that based on today, right now, this Miami team did what they did against a 3-7 Virginia Tech. That's all I'm saying. Yes, the score says 34-17. That looks pretty good, But that last touchdown came 20 seconds left in the game. That's after Virginia Tech had an onside kick recovered. And that's without drones on the field. Now, I'm just giving you the facts. I'm not whatever. Now, if the playoff committee feels that Miami is deserving to be in the playoffs, even though they may finish 3rd, 4th, 5th in the ACC, okay, cool. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what happens. Okay, we can see.
The more things change, the more they say the same.
Yeah.
The BCS, everybody complains, only 2 teams go, and it's all decided by computer. Now it's 4 teams, and they're like, oh no, what about the 5th team? Now it's the 13th and 14th fucking team.
Right.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. They could expand it out to 24 teams if they wanted, and people would still complain about the 25th and 26th team.
I'm all for doing college like the NFL. Have 2 conferences. A National Football Conference and an American Football Conference. And within those, have 3 or 4 divisions. Put everybody in there.
That'd
go
be
from
wild.
there. But here's the thing. The funny thing is, Heru and everybody else, we can sit here and we can debate and we can discuss and we can opinionate everything under the sun. but it's not going to change what the playoff committee decides. And
They don't
if
listen to us.
no, we're just out here letting off steam, letting off hot air, giving our opinions. And if the playoff committee come December, whatever date it is, feels that Miami is in, we're in. Okay, we're in. Personally, I just, with the way this team is led, vis-a-vis Mario and friends, and the way the team has performed on the field, not talent wise, but coaching wise, I just don't see it. Now, again, games are won and lost on the field. It has nothing to do with anything else but what's on the field. Okay. And if the like I said, if the playoff committee says, okay, Miami's good enough, great. If Miami's not good enough, great. Okay, it is what it is. And I can appreciate, I'm not trying to be peacemaker here, but I can appreciate Hayru's enthusiasm. Okay, I can appreciate. Look, I want Miami to get in the playoffs and be successful and win it all, just like everybody else. But it's kind of hard for me to do that without compromising what I've seen so far. That's all. But who knows? Maybe Miami squeaks in and runs the table. I don't know. All I know is what's going on up to right now based on what I've seen. And again, it's my opinion. Oh, Hayru, Mr. Hayru had his moments. Hayru has had his moments, but again, that's one thing about this channel that we have here is if Hayru or Katie or whoever comes on here with the least popular opinion, it's okay. It's fine. Okay. And I know what it is. Hayru is just as frustrated as we are. I don't want to speak for Hayru, but we're all frustrated. We're all tired.
I expect it. I'm not frustrated.
Oh, I expect it too. But I mean, come on.
It's what we are, and it's what we have been.
Exactly. It's there's that fine line between frustration and acceptance. In that, a few years ago, I finally saw the light and I realized, well, I guess this is just what it is. But I'm still gonna support Miami. And again, one thing I learned, this is just me. Y'all take this for what it is. But I have incorporated that, Miami athletics, be it football, baseball, whatever. It's just part of my life. Okay. I am not part of its life. In other words, win, lose, or draw, whatever Miami does is not going to affect my quality of life. Yeah, it sucks when your team loses. Okay. It sucks when you walk into work and people are like, whatever. And, but it is what it is. It's just a game. It's just a sport. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is. And if
we lost
what
him.
in the world is
He's
going
back.
on? See, I'm telling y'all again for the second time. It's real. The Matrix is real. The CCC is out there. They're watching us. I'm telling you.
You got to get that Starlink.
Anyway. Oh, so yeah. You got anything else to say, Alpaca, before we get out of here?
Yeah. So my brother's a new Hurricane fan. Congratulations
Okay.
to him for finally seeing the light.
Okay.
He said something during the game, and he said this: If every team plays like they did against Miami, there's no way Virginia Tech would be 3-7. There's no way. Because I told him this is part of being a Miami Hurricane fan. Every team is going to get up for the Miami Hurricanes. It's the way it always has been. It's the way it always will be. Now, until we start getting up to our own games, that's when we'll see the difference. And
Yes,
when we get a good coach, we'll finally start to do that. But Mario isn't the guy.
understandable. And you know, I'll close on this. You know, y'all hear me speak of the Rise of the Fall series. I don't know if y'all watched it. I mean, it's boring. It's not exciting. It's boring. It's stats, numbers. You know, it's like the psycho dude on Ferris Bueller. You know, anybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about for any team, especially Miami. You got to consistently set these young men up for success. And like with this year, Miami starts out as a house of fire. We're saying, hey, this team's good. This team is good. They're utilizing, not thinking, and I'm guilty of this. This is me. Not thinking, all right, so let's stop and think about who we played. Yes, you played Notre Dame at home, first game of the season. Nobody knows their ass from a hole in the ground. Excuse my language. Just first game of the season. And then you had your Bethune-Cookman, pathetic Florida team, you know, a South Florida team that had a little spunk but gave up. You know, it is that first few games of the season. And then everything happens. But the fact of the matter is that it's the same pattern that I've seen for 2+ decades. Miami will start out 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 7-0, you know, 9-0, 10-0. And then boom, they don't finish the deal. And there was a time, and I know, let's face it, back in the 80s, Miami was an independent. They basically pick and choose who they played. Okay. They may not have played the best of competition, but they took care of business against that competition. They did their thing and did whatever. And for the last 21 years, we have yet to have a coaching staff that week in, week out, just like every other successful team out there, we have coaching staffs week in and week out that do not set these young men up for success. And whether it be game planning, personnel, whatever. Because let's face it, if you look at Heatherman's defense last week, we're like, all right, here we go. We rocking and rolling. But then you look at it this week, and they're getting gashed for almost 200 yards rushing. Wow. And again, call it like I see it. And as far as this playoff goes, with all due respect to Hayru, and thank you, Hayru, for stopping by. Always a pleasure having you here. You know, regardless of the Notre Dame game, Miami didn't take care of business against Louisville and SMU. I hate to keep saying it, but that's what happened. Plain and simple. But the game ain't based on sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
and with all due respect to Heru, we got to get over the Notre Dame win. It was what it was. But what have you done for me lately? Miami has not taken care of business. Yes, Alabama lost to Florida State in the first week of the season. Okay, Alabama rebounded, and they've righted the ship. Florida State didn't, and I guess what it's going to take is for Miami to get put in the playoffs and go against the likes of a Texas Tech, an Oregon, an A&M, a Georgia, an Alabama, Ohio State, Indiana, and see what happens. Miami has the talent to beat anybody in the country. I have no doubt about that. No doubt. Unfortunately, the individual that is the admiral of the ship, it's like Captain Wrong Way Wainwright off the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, honestly. You put Mario up against Ohio State, Mario is going to shit his pants and go cry in the mirror ball. I'm just saying. History has dictated that Mario Cristobal ain't got a rat's ass clue on how to win the big game. He don't. And unfortunately, we are stuck with that bullshit. Excuse me. I apologize. But we are stuck with that bullshit until either A, his contract buyout is low enough to get rid of him, or his contract is over. Now, if things change and he pulls a magic rabbit out of his ass, cool, I'll give him props. But as of right now, November 22nd, it ain't happening. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. If you agree, you agree. You disagree, you disagree. But based on what I've seen the last 3 and almost 4 years now, it just ain't happening, because come Pittsburgh next week, they're going to shit the bed. I'm telling you, Mario is going to go conservative, just like the Fonz character on Waterboy. He's going to just, fold as of right now. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Miami comes out and just pummels Pittsburgh by 4 or 5 touchdowns. I really do. But based on what I've seen so far this year as a collective, and based on what I've seen, the trend with Miami football is when it comes to you got to win this game. I don't see it, because Pittsburgh's going to be ready to play. I'm just saying. And God, I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. I will tell you, I will admit I was wrong. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. But I think as of right now, 5:32 Eastern Time on November 22nd, Miami's destination is Pop-Tart, Camping World, Duke Mayo. Hell, I don't know.
Oh, please give us a Duke Mayo Bowl. I want to see Mario get duked.
Oh, man. Coach Klein, that was his name. Klein won when it. Yeah, you're right. Caden Baton Rouge. You're right. But again, look, not taking anything away from the young men today. They came out, they were victorious. Did not like how the coaching staff set them up for this one. But
they got him again. I'll be back.
But as of right now, It's not the players. The players are doing a fantastic job. Malachi, might as well put Malachi at quarterback because he's doing better than Beck, but I digress. Oh, Pringle looks good for the future. I know Fletcher's doing pretty good, but we got to deal with Mario for another few years. And I think 9-3, 10-2 is going to be our destiny. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but that's it right now. So we'll see. But anyway, that's really all I got. I know we've been flapping our jaws for about an hour and a half. It looks like the CEO has come back from her little shindig. But other than that, anything else, Alpaca, before I sign off?
Nope, I've said everything I need to say.
Hold up. What's that? Oh, it's just the CEO telling me I need to shut up and get off of here. But anyway, look, thank y'all so much. Appreciate everybody being here. Of course, Alpaca, Cuban, thank y'all for joining us live. And thanks to everybody in the chat, predominantly Kate Baton Rouge, Katie, even Hayru, and McNeil. Did I miss anybody? I think that was most of it. I think five rings showed up. But, it's the usual, usual.
And Shad.
Cast. And Shad. Yes, Shad. How could I forget Shad after Cuban's soliloquy? But anyway, thank y'all so much. Peace, love, and soul. Let's go, Canes. And hopefully Miami can take care of business tomorrow. Bye. Or next week. Bye.